welcome in. It is once again Thursday, which means it's time for another live stream. How's everyone doing on this fine day? How is everyone doing? It's Thursday. It is going to be the last stream of the year because obviously next Monday is Christmas, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna stream Christmas week, and we'll just leave that as it is because it is Christmas week. I have no idea what's going on here, but whatever. How's everyone doing in chat? Me? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. It is Mercury retrograde time, once again. It is Mercury retrograde time. And last time I tried to do a stream about Mercury retrograde, the stream no longer exists. So, today I figured we would talk about some fun magic. Just some, like, goofy magic, and, like, doing magic for fun, right? Because sometimes magic is a very serious concept, but sometimes we want just a little bit of fun and excitement in our lives, and we want just a little bit of interesting stuff going on. So I figured I'd talk about that. I figured we'd talk about doing magic for fun. It is 2 a.m. in my country, Dave. You are killing me. I'm sorry. It is 8 p.m. here, my time. So, I don't know. What is a better time? I asked if people wanted me to change times, and basically no one gave me a straight answer. No, lower that a little bit so y'all don't hear just game noises over top of me. Yeah. I asked about if people wanted me to change on the Discord, I believe, and basically everyone said no, time is fine. Like, what is a good time? Is that the deleted, you mentioned the Parasite live stream? No. That was a, it was, I was playing Starfield at the time. And that game is a trash fire, and I'm not playing it again, so I will not be playing that game again. And that stream is now deleted, because there was also, like, power outages and shit. But, yeah, not fun. So, instead of the technical difficulties, we're going to be talking about the funny part of Mercury retrograde. And that is just maybe an hour earlier. I would still be 1 a.m. for Ivan. Sorry, Ivan. There is no good way to do this. But, sorry about that. But, magicians in Europe, we have our rants. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, quick poll of the chat. Has anyone ever done magic to just make things more interesting? Just to, like, have a good, interesting time? Because I'm just gonna say it. Mercury retrograde is probably, like, the time to do that. Mercury retrograde is, like, the time for when, if you're going to do something like that, you might as well do it during Mercury retrograde. Or when it's, like, when the planets are in, like, some kind of, fire sign. Usually Leo's good for this, but Moon Void, of course, at 9:47. Good to know. 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, Europeans. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry your time zone doesn't exist, Europeans. I live in the Eastern time zone, so I just have to. At some point in the nondescript future, I'll be able to do this during the day. and it'll be like 4 p.m. or like 5 p.m. probably. And then the Europeans can stop complaining that I do this too late for them. But, unfortunately, until that time arises, I am beholden to the fact that it is Eastern Standard Time. Well, Eastern Daylight Time, actually. Are we in Daylight Savings? I don't even remember anymore. I think we're in Daylight Savings Time, right? Or is it like... whatever. Who cares? Time is made up anyways. But yeah. So... it's... back to what I was originally talking about, before we got into the illusion of times. First few days of the retrograde complete writer's block. Oh, I've had nothing but nonsense happen. It's been, an absolute goofy nonsense fest, is how I'm going to describe this. It is... man. The retrograde is great. I love Mercury retrogrades, because Mercury retrogrades are like 50% of the time, like all traffic jams, all the time, forever. And the other 50%, it's like, yeah, no, there's absolutely no problems at all. Like, there's no problems at all, you're completely good, and you don't need to worry about anything, man. That's it. That's just how it is. Right? So, unfortunately, Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap. When it first stationed, I had weird shipping problems and communication problems. Mercury in Capricorn, cars on wheels, tracks. Yeah, no. Mercury is currently at the tail end of Capricorn. No. Hang on. Sorry about that. Anyways. Yeah, Mercury is currently at the very beginning of Capricorn, about to go into Sagittarius. Is that why traffic is extra horrible? Mercury retrograde does cause, like, awful traffic all the time forever. Yeah, Mercury retrograde just does that with traffic. That's normal, though. It's actually kind of funny because it gets so predictable that eventually it stops happening and you're like, maybe this Mercury retrograde won't be this bad. And then it just immediately happens afterwards. It's kind of funny in a weird way. But one of the main things about Mercury retrograde is that it does cause traffic, shipping, basically the entire electronic world goes a little bit nuts. But it can also cause some funny things, right? That plus Christmas. I swear, like, you've got like a 50-50 shot of Merc Retro being during Christmas. I feel like. Like, it feels like it happens around the holidays so much more frequently than it has any right to. I don't know why. Hi, Cobalt. Like, I feel like Mercury retrograde happens around the holidays just so much worse. And of course, there's always the wonderful memes. Like, there's always memes about Mercury retrograde. It's like Mercury's in Gatorade. Or Mercury's in the microwave again. I love those memes, personally. I love the Mercury retrograde memes because they're always so goofy, and they're the most Mercury retrograde things about the Mercury retrograde is just absolute fantastic memes. Hope everyone is having a good night so far. I am having a great night. I hope everyone else is. Once again, for the people who came in a little bit late, this will be the last stream of the year. Which means that I'm taking next week off, basically. Is what that means. I don't know what the stream schedule is going to look like next year. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'll figure it out. And when I figure it out, other people will know. But until then, yeah. Is Santa Claus Jupiterian or Saturnian in nature? Santa Claus is Jupiterian in nature. The one meme that's like an apology form, and one of the options was Mercury was Wow. Mercury was retrograde. I believe it, yeah. He is wearing black boots, Saturnian, and red clothes, Mars. That doesn't mean that he's... Right, but he's got those because he used to be, like, a bishop. He's based on a saint. That's why he's called Saint Nicholas for a reason. That's why he's got the red. Because he's a saint. Santa's originally a saint, guys. Come on. I'm gonna tell on him. I'm gonna tell on you if you don't believe me. Explain this Mercury in retrograde thing. Okay, so according to astrology, when Mercury is retrograde, and retrograde is when, to us, the planet appears to be going backwards in the sky. When Mercury is going backwards in the sky, to us, it is said that communication issues and all kinds of intellectual hiccups arise, traffic jams, internet problems are more common during Mercury retrogrades, that kind of thing. And what this has turned into is that every time it's Mercury retrograde, everyone collectively blames their problems on Mercury retrograde, even though it is not actually Mercury's fault. This happens without fail every time, and it kind of is a little bit funny. Because it just never really stops happening. Santa is ready for war. Oh no. I cannot say that word. But yeah. Modern Santa is a Coca-Cola ad? Yeah, no. Modern Santa is a commercialized mess. Modern Santa is a commercialized mess, but it's still Jupiterian. It is still Jupiterian. So yeah. So when, back to what is Mercury retrograde. When Mercury appears to be going backwards in the sky, it is considered retrograde, and that is supposed to cause a bunch of communication issues for us down here on the physical realm. Because Mercury is going backwards, and this happens very frequently. It happens 3 to 4 times a year, depending on the year. Sometimes you get lucky and you get 4. Sometimes you get lucky and you get 3. I know what I said. And it just kind of goes through, and it causes a bunch of... Oh god, are we doing the Santa is Satan thing? Oh no. How did I get bleeding? Yep. Opera is quite early, he says. Welcome in, Opera. Eo Saturnalia, for everyone who celebrates it as well, by the way. Christmas egregore. TM. Yep, I believe it. Yeah. Definitely just Santa going through and solving all these problems. What's an example of funny magic that wouldn't be a bit too mysterious? It's an astrological clusterfuck? Oh, no. Mercury retrograde is 100% an astrological clusterfuck that everyone has unanimously agreed is correct. Like, that's the entire thing about Mercury retrograde, is that everyone collectively has decided that, yeah, that's just true. That's just true. Do you feel you notice a difference when Mercury goes retrograde depending on which sign it's in? Yes. Mercury, when it is retrograde, does actually have different effects based on what sign it is going retrograde in. This is according to both astrology and my own personal experience. Usually when it's going retrograde in the earth signs, it's usually more... hits closer to home, is a good way to put it. hits closer to home, generally speaking. I mean, I would, of all the things to do, I would not want to be traveling right now. Traveling seems to be the absolute worst thing you could fucking do right now. Just gonna say that right now. Right now. Yeah. Also, for those of you wondering why it seems like Mercury retrograde causes communication issues when Mercury is retrograde, but not all other retrogrades do this, the reason is because Mercury retrograde is supposed to be Mercury going around playing practical jokes on people. Which is why you have communication issues, because it's supposed to be funny! It's supposed to be a joke! It's kind of like your teacher going and becoming a trickster. Like, that's the whole thing with Mercury retrograde. It's supposed to be funny, haha. So we don't plan any magical operation during Mercury retrograde. That is not true. Hence the name of the stream. Fun magic can be done during Mercury retrograde. Anything goofy or trickstery, right, can be done during a Mercury retrograde to great effect. And the reason why is because Mercury retrograde is the time for goofy, silly nonsense. You're going to have your communication issues, and as long as you're planning ahead, you're going to be fine. Nothing bad is going to happen during Mercury retrograde. You'll notice that when communication issues do happen during Mercury retrograde, they normally get resolved pretty easily. But Mercury retrograde is the peak time for, if you want to do something silly, if you want to do something absolutely goofy, this is the time. And what do I mean by that? I mean stuff that just kind of, on all respects, looks, feels, and sounds like a joke. Like, if you wanted to do insane magic where you just saw goofy things happen, this would be a good time, right? So, like, let's say you want to win some money, right? You could add on a little Mercury retrograde thing, and you can put in with a unique and memorable story, right? And then all of a sudden you will have a story about how you got drafted into a game of bingo and you won the jackpot at bingo night, and that's how you won your new, like, that's how you won like $300 at bingo, because you got drafted from some old person at the elderly home that you were visiting your grandma at, and then you ended up winning $300. Like, that kind of thing. Something that is so outlandishly goofy that, like, you would never directly cast for it, right? That kind of thing. A ritual with silly dances with circus music and sigils. I mean, that basically is the entire vibe, yes. That really is the vibe of Mercury retrograde, on some level. As funny as that might be. And the funny entities. I mean, some entities are more conducive to Mercury retrograde than others. Like, some... Here's what you do. If you want Mercury retrograde to work for, like, whatever you're doing, you need to be willing to expect it to just end up completely ridiculous. Because that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna be ridiculous. And you just kind of got to accept that. You've just got to accept that Mercury retrograde is a time for absolutely insane nonsense, and that's just what you got to experience, right? Like, if you want... I'm not saying that if you cast for money, you will have a clown show up and give you a bunch of money. I am saying that you might win a bunch of Monopoly money. Like, literally. Like, somebody hands you a game of Monopoly, That is just the money pieces due to a manufacturing error. That is the kind of insane nonsense you can get with Mercury retrograde. Hello, Google user. I like how World War I was practically on pause to celebrate Christmas. It just stopped for a few days. Oh yeah, no, like it really was. Because no one wants to fight on Christmas. No one wants to like do a war on Christmas, especially like a brutal war. They would much rather be like, all right, well, it's Christmas. You know, temporary ceasefire because no one should be dying on Christmas was basically the entire idea there. I remember doing a money ritual back in the day and getting money while playing The Sims from a random event and was like, wait. Oh, yeah, no. Like, that can happen sometimes during Mercury retrograde. I'm done with the silly adventures Mercury retrograde has taken me on. I'm tired and it's only been 1 week. I am so sorry for what's going to happen the entire rest of the year. Yeah. I'd rather a clown hand me money than fake money. Makes me scared to cast, scared to cast any spells this season. I mean, it really should be. Like, Mercury retrograde can do that kind of thing. But it's even funnier when you get exactly what you want. Because usually what ends up happening is if you cast for things during Mercury retrograde, they will manifest in a goofy way that gives you a story to tell. And it is almost always funny when it happens. Goofy money transaction. Thank you, Opera, for the $6.90. Thank you.
Unique.
He did the funny number, ladies and gentlemen. We love to see it. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that happens during Mercury retrograde. That, like, it's either that or 420. Expect that. You'll get $69 or $42. I did a quick money spell during Mercury retrograde once, and my friend sent me a link to join a cashback app. Oh yeah, no, that kind of thing can happen. That kind of thing can definitely happen during Mercury retrograde. Like this, it really just is that. That's not what I wanted. And that's not even what I asked for kind of energy, right? It's like where you ask for a puppy and you end up getting a stuffed animal plushie of a puppy. Like that's the energy for it. The people born on 4/20/69 are the most powerful people. Those are the most powerful people. You can't really... They are an absolute chaotic, uncontrollable group of individuals. No, it would be $420.69. I believe it. Fucking A, man. I'm not gonna complain if that happens to me. Are you kidding me? It's genie prankster wish time. Exactly. Right? Like, I have this thing where if anyone asks me to do something with magic, like if any of my magical friends ask me to do something that I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it in like a trickster way, I just kind of say granted and like send them the gif of the monkey's paw curling down. That's what I personally do. Because that's just really funny. The other thing I do is occasionally when it's something that they definitely don't want me to do, I will ask if they want me to do it, and then when they say yes, I'll send them the one song from Princess and the Frog. I Got Friends on the Other Side, the like villain song, and they immediately go, wait a minute, wait. Dave, I was looking for your old video about spiritual... No, it's not. I don't think that video is gone. Is it? I was looking for your old video about hierarchy of spiritual beings, but seems is gone. Will you be making another version on that topic? I believe I will be at some point, regardless, because I do kind of sort of want to remake a lot of my older videos, just because I do. So that's on the table. But, for the moment, I don't believe that video is down. But it is in the backlog. Like, it is in the back catalog, so you might have to look for it a little bit. Back when I was still making graphics in MS Paint. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That video was, like, years old, Ivan. Still up. I looked for it a few days ago, I believe. Yep, okay. Go to playlist, and it's in the Evocation playlist? Okay, cool. That's where it is. It is there. Good. Okay. Good to know. Mercury retrograde moment. Yeah. I knew it was up. I didn't delete it. I haven't deleted any of my old videos. Or hid them, even. I think they're... I think that, like... I deleted a couple of the really bad attempt videos. But yeah, no. For the most part, I don't delete my videos. That is peak Mercury retrograde moment. Right there. And also, yes, I do plan on remaking a couple of my videos, so... I've actually already started. I've actually already started on that. A little bit. In a weird roundabout way. Yeah. If the monkey's paw was lighthearted. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely Mercury retrograde is lighthearted monkey's paw season. That really is what Mercury retrograde is for. Lighthearted monkey's paw. So what is the name of that video? It's in the Evocation playlist. I literally do not remember. Do not remember what that video was called. I am sorry. But it should be in the Evocation playlist. According to Opera and Chip. Well, at least according to Chip. Yeah, I don't remember because that video was like... okay. That video was recorded before the pandemic. So, please do not... It's been a long 3 years, Ivan. Please don't ask me to remember that video name. Oh, God. I forget what the name is. For those of you wondering how long I've been doing this, yeah, it's been a bit. It has definitely been a bit. Are you serious right now? Okay. Yeah, for those of you wondering, I have been making videos on and off since before the pandemic, but now I'm steadily making content. I'm steadily making videos on of the occult persuasion, both here and on Patreon, and hopefully other places in the future, if I can ever figure out how to do proper editing. So yeah, ask Mercury; he will help you to remember.
Unique.
I mean, he probably would. He probably would, and it would just be somebody sending the link in chat. That's what it would be.
Unique.
Another nice bang, eh?
Yeah, I love that kind of Mercury retrograde humor of like, oh yeah, what, like, Mercury is a scuffed YouTube series on Evocation Part 1, Classes of Spirit. Is this the one? Yeah, that probably is the one, yeah. Yeah. Funny enough, I did remake that one, actually. Okay, yeah, no, I did remake that one as a Patreon exclusive. So make of that what you will. Where I actually, like, talk about how to work with things. and like how they actually act
Unique.
in more depth than just the YouTube video. So, hopefully that helps you. It is a very quick overview of spirits. It's more of a video version of stuff you can find online in that one, because that's just kind of what I was doing back then. I wasn't going into deep dives on anything, but I think next video I'm doing is actually going to be a deep dive. So make it that what you will.
Unique.
Oh, funny thing on astrology, Kurt Cobain was a Pisces and he had a bad case of drug abuse, Piscean quality. Yep, that is true. One sec. Okay, we should be good now. Sorry about that.
Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, the Piscean qualities are always interesting because you can always see a lot. You can definitely see a lot in musicians of like the Piscean qualities, like the drugs and partying lifestyle for rockers is a very Piscean thing, I would say. Unique and Dove. I love this channel. Oh, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. The tin can is over there. Oh, man. But yeah, no. I do enjoy this channel. I do plan on making more stuff related to... I don't know if people want spirit stuff. There's a video coming out tail end of next January now, because I'm so far behind in...
I believe I found a way.
So there is a video at the tail end of January that will determine whether or not I do more spirit stuff. Depending on how that does, because I noticed that spirit stuff either does really well or really poorly. Because I just don't know how to market some of this stuff. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there will be more spirit content. Even if I just do like a month of scrying and evocations and just do that kind of thing. And then Creepy Bald Man took some more drugs. I don't think you understand how addicted to drugs Crowley was.
Currency.
I don't... Okay, well, take that. I don't think you understand, because, like, Crowley was so addicted to drugs, Freud read his book as basis for making a method of curing drug addiction. Top 3 spirit catalogs? That's a tough one. That's a really tough one, actually. I think Konstantinos' Summoning Spirits is probably up there, because I reference it so much. But
Unique.
generally speaking, when it comes to spirit catalogs, there's not really like a defined best 3 in my opinion. It depends on what you're looking for. Breakfast Crack Baldman. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, he loved cocaine. Him and Freud loved cocaine. It is kind of insane, the level But, yeah. Make that what you will. Oh, boy. Trying to think. Crowley would drive you... Mr. Crowley, would you drive my white horse? Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's... Trying to think, because it's like Constantinos... I will say this, nothing in the Gallery of Magic is getting on that list. Just so y'all know. I do not like the Gallery of Magic Spirit Catalogs. That much. I do like them, but I don't like them. Like, they're not the best, is what I'm saying. Would I recommend them? Yes. Would I put them in a top 10 list? No. I hope that makes sense. Probably had a Piscean moon. It shows. Just gonna say it. It shows. Is Gallery of Magic goofy magic? I wouldn't say so. I think their magic is legit. It's just kind of hit and miss. It's just hit and miss. That's the problem. Like, some of the Gallery of Magic stuff is absolutely amazing. For beginners, mostly. But some of their stuff is absolutely fantastic, but some of their stuff is... I want to say too simplified. Some of their stuff is too simplified. Personally, I have not gotten their stuff to work as much as, like, I could just getting a candle and doing a candle spell. So, yeah. Could placement of Venus in particular sign show body type of women? So, no. That would be their sun and their rising sign. And any particular other placements that would be important for that. The Shem operation looks cool, but only because I like the idea of long rituals. I mean, long rituals there is nothing wrong with. I'm a big fan of ritual, like long rituals myself, to be honest. But at the same time, not everything is going to be... What is the goofiest spell you've ever cast / witnessed the effect of being cast? Oh god, what was it? I'm trying to think. Some of these I can't actually share because it is, if they find out I shared it, they'll kill me. So I'm not going to share it. But as a Gemini, magic always works 50% real for me, as are the effects. Or Gemini, as a Gemini, magic is always 50% real for me, as are the effects. Oh yeah. Usually the most insane... Okay. Usually the goofiest rituals all involve love spells. Which is where I've come up with the phrase, nothing good ever happens with pink candles. Nothing good ever happens with pink candles. I'm just telling you all this now. If at some point I revise the occultic manual on love spells, which I probably won't do, But if I do at some point revise that, it will start with that, yeah. Raider X told us if a... I'm not going to read that out loud, but I have confirmed that that is true. That and heavy Cancerian influence. Like if Jupiter's in 4th house, it also counts. So yeah. Make of that what you will. Oh boy. Zodiac Booba. Yes, that is the technical term. Do I have... No, I don't. Okay. Truly a more goofy stream. I mean, this is the kind of shit that I was expecting. This is the kind of stuff that I was fully expecting. Jupiter in Sagittarius has long legs. Like, if you have Jupiter in Sagittarius, you're usually just tall. I don't know what it is, you're just tall. There's other factors, but that's a pretty consistent one.
I must have time to gather my will.
Jupiter in Aries is big ego. Would Jupiter be happy when I let myself expand by drinking as much beer as I can? No. That's not the Jupiterian mysteries. That's the Dionysian. If you want a weird coincidence, most, if not all, Sagittarius ascendants I know have glasses. All of them. It is a weirdly common trait. The negative side of Jupiter can be overindulgence? Yes. The negative side of Jupiter is excessiveness. Which is pretty funny, all things considered. Funny enough, the video on Jupiter is actually coming out next week, so... Feels like I just recorded that video, too. It's kind of funny. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, that video is coming out next week. Should be. But for the most part, Jupiterian stuff is going to be... Yeah, I always like how people never seem to know what to make about Jupiter other than, yup, it expands things. It sure does. That's like all people have to say about Jupiter a large portion of the time. Like, if people are doing Jupiter work, it's like, expand my money, or expand the success, or fame, or something. It's never like, you know, Jupiter does have other aspects, you know, right? People do know. What would you say about Jupiter and Libra? Lots of relationships and a very large focus on balance, and if you can make up your... and if they can make up their minds, it is a fucking miracle. I believe this for every Libra sign. Like, Libras in general just have a problem making up their minds, and this is coming from somebody with a sign in Aries, so I'm fucking biased, but generally speaking, when it comes to, when it comes to Libra, it's going to have a hard time making up its mind, and Jupiter in Libra seems like that is a match made in hell. I've used Jupiter to get a teacher more to... Oh, you used a Jupiter to make a guy more friendly? That's pretty good. I'm not saying that we can use Jupiter to, like, relive and make somebody live a Christmas Carol, but I'm just saying that we could Charles Dickens someone into being a better person with that. Like antiquarians think Leos are egomaniacs. Oh, no, Leos are egomaniacs. That's... No. It's just that when you are a... Okay, so when you are one sign, right? Like, I'm an Aries. You become painfully aware of the opposite sign's flaws. Like, you become... So, I'm an Aries. I'm a little bit impulsive. You become painfully keyed in to how much, like, just how indecisive Libras can be, right? And it goes for all signs. Like, Libras are keyed into just how absolutely insane Aries can be. Because Libras... If they can make up their mind, it's a miracle. Aries have made up their mind for them 5 minutes ago. Minimum. Before the question was even asked. Like, you hear, the period in that question is uttered, decision is made. And then it's like, well, maybe, wait a minute. Maybe. Right? It's like how Virgo can't stand Pisces because Pisces is so, like, I don't know what I want to do. I just want to listen to music all day. And Virgo is like... I have to edit the mix. I have to edit the final mix of the track, Pisces. Right? They're extreme workaholics. And this goes for all of the signs. This goes for every single zodiac sign in astrology. Now here's where it gets wild, right? If you have too much of one zodiac sign, okay? You start to flip, and you become the opposite zodiac sign. Now, that probably sounds very weird, right? How does that make sense, Dave? Well, you start to overflow into the opposite sign, because it's a self-correcting, like, the wheel is self-correcting. So if you have too much Aries, you start to become more Libra-like. If you have too much Libra, you start to become more Aries-like. You have too much Aquarius, you start to become more Leo-like, and vice versa. And what is with Taurus and Scorpio? Taurus just wants to be comfy, and it wants to just be comfy and exist in, like, this state of endless bliss, right? And Scorpio wants to take that from other people and constantly be changing, right? Like, Scorpio is constantly in a state of flux, Taurus is in a state of being. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Careful.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, it is kind of wild. Like, if you're surrounded with too much of anything, you might adopt the opposite just to keep things in check. Yes. Yes. That is absolutely what that is. Capricorn is career, Cancer is home. Yes. That is absolutely what it is. 100%. Like, you go through the zodiac signs, you can find examples of this that there's way too many examples of this, honestly. What is Sagittarius? Sagittarius just wants to travel and wants to... Okay, Sagittarius is excessive philosophy. Like, Sagittarius is excessive philosophy. Straight up. Philosophy, religion, big ideas, that kind of thing. You want the biggest dichotomy? You want the biggest opposition battle of the Zodiac? It is the fucking anime posting Gemini versus the politics spewing Sagittarius. And I do mean spewing. Like, there is too many politics sometimes. Gemini is talk, Sagittarius is action, Sagittarius philosopher, teacher, adventurer. Yeah, that kind of thing. I noticed Libras love to shop, like they'll be at the mall for hours, whereas I can only take... where I only take but so much of that. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely hate shopping.
Must have time to
Shopping is like an absolute nightmare for me. Okay, I just thought that was... me, but now I feel... I just thought that was me, but now I feel called out. No, don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad. Keep in mind, when we talk about the zodiac signs on the stream, I am purposefully mischaracterizing them in their worst aspects for comedic effect. Please do not take what I say here in these streams as gospel. These are for comedy. For the love of God, don't. Oh, man. Yeah, no, don't do that. Please. Like, I am purposefully mischaracterizing the things in this stream for comedic effect. Don't take what I say 100%. I imagine Scorpio Venus is only happy with an affair or other forbidden love. You would be wrong. I know this from experience. Scorpio Venus is, isn't there a tarot card for that one? Isn't that Seven of Cups? I believe that's Seven of Cups, right? Could be, right? Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was me, but now I feel called out again. People hate how much I like to talk about politics and overcomplicating philosophy. No, don't feel bad. It's only a bad thing when you can get both of the Gemini twins to hate you at once. Which, fortunately, I don't really have a problem with, because I usually don't have problems with Geminis. I'm a Gemini, and Virgos can annoy me with how particular they are. Oh yeah, that's common. That's kind of common. That is absolutely common. Skeptic, that was not a gauntlet being thrown. That was a warning. Don't be no. Skeptic, no. Scorpio Venus. Yeah. If I remember correctly, Scorpio Venus is 7 of Cups, right? Am I right on that one? Yeah. Yep. I think I am. I think I am on that one. Yeah, because 5 of Cups is 5 of Cups is Mars. That means 7 of Cups is Venus. Yep. Okay. Which, for those of you wondering, that's the guy staring at all the cups. If there's no agreement, what's the fun? Or if there's no argument, what's the fun? Oh, Joe. Oh, no. Oh, man. I have 2 Taurus coworkers, and they love to eat. If anyone brings food, they'll eat most of it. Yep, that's a Taurusy thing. That is definitely a Taurusy thing. Reminder for everyone that New Year's is the best day to do road opener, cleaning up rituals, and all that kind of stuff for new stuff. New stuff. Remember that. New stuff. Keep that in mind. Yeah, food actually corresponds to Taurus. It does. Yeah. It's kind of funny. We're coming up on the holiday season, and we're getting ready for all of the wonderful stuff that's going on. Oh man, absolutely love the fact that we suddenly have all of this holidays coming up, but definitely so perhaps the travel thing might be something to try. I feel like somewhere somewhat dead inside and set in the same setting too long. Oh yeah, no. If you have Sagittarius placements and you are dead inside, go for a drive. Pick a direction and just kind of go. Sagittariuses need to explore. I'm a Gemini, but I have a Sagittarius stellium, so I'm the best of both worlds, lol. Isn't that... oh, jeez. Yeah. That definitely would be the best, I think. Definitely would be the best. Oh, man. Is everyone looking forward to the holidays? Hopefully everyone's looking forward to the holidays. So, I don't know about everyone else, but I feel spiritually dead around December. It just kind of happens. I don't know why, but it just does. So, that's always fun. Like, I feel like everything just kind of slows around December because of, like, Christmas and whatnot. Which, I mean, like, I get it. It's the end of the year. You know, we're winding down, that kind of thing, but at the same time, it's like, oh, God. In my country, there is a politician guy who has been ruling for over 30 years. He is a Capricorn. I believe it. I believe it. That's a very Capricorn thing.
I must have time to gather my will.
Exile.
That is very much a Capricorn thing to do. So yeah. Is it a Pisces thing to always get attracted to Sagittariuses? I have found that you get attracted most to the house that your Venus is in. So, I have Venus in 4th house. I am most attracted to Cancers. I don't know why. But I'm most compatible with, like, air signs and shit. Which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. I'll figure it out at some point. I might share it even. But... Could it be because you are solar based in your magic as far as feeling spiritually dead in December? I have felt this way since the Abramelin. So, probably. That is very possible. I feel much more empowered when spring is coming, but that's also my birthday is in spring. So, yeah, that helps too. Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be because I'm more solar-based, but, like, I fucking hate December, man. Like, I fucking hate this. Yeah, I want to skip to, like, May. I want to skip to, like, May. Just because, like, it is so... absolutely just fucking... Ugh. Spiritual dead zone this month is for me. I mean, if that is the reason, like, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. So. Is there an anime about hermetic magicians? I haven't watched anime in years. I'll be honest. I don't really watch much anime anymore. Can the anime fans in chat give some recommendations? I know there's one where it's like they discover magic and it's just like some new magical system is developed and it's just the Kabbalah. I don't know what that's called, but...
I've seen resurrection. It was nightmarish, not beautiful.
So yeah. I don't know if there's any particular animes about being a hermetic magician. That'd be cool if there was. That time I got reincarnated as the apprentice to a hermetic magician would be a really interesting isekai. Like, it would just be like a majority calculating planetary hours and shit too. Which would be absolutely miserable. Evangelion, I kid you not, was the gateway for a friend of mine into magic. Alright, that's cheating. Evangelion doesn't count. Come on. Oh, shit. Was literally looking away. Yeah. Evangelion doesn't count, guys. Come on. Just because it's got vaguely Christian elements does not mean that it is a hermetic occult anime. No. No. I do love Hideki Anno's work. Shin Godzilla was amazing, though. Okay, Bleach is closer. I don't think there's one that really captures the spirit. Because, like, all anime is going to be, like... Like, anime is mostly going to just be Japanese stuff, isn't it? So, like, they're not going to really do the Western magic type stuff very much. And if they do, it's completely inaccurate. Which is just what they do. Does Shin Megami Tensei have one? Does Shin Megami Tensei have an anime? If it does, that's probably it. Like, straight up.
My mana is spent.
Yeah, I'd believe that. No, do all the smart calculations retroactively to show you how smart the main character is. Okay, that, you got me. You got me there.
I must have time to gather my will.
That one I believe, because I've watched enough JoJo to know that, yeah, they would do that. My gateway was Blue Oyster Cult's Burning for You. That's a pretty good one. This is gonna sound insane, but my gateway into occultism was effectively me as a child, like me as like a rebellious teenager going, if magic isn't real, why do people keep telling me not to do it? Which, yeah. I think that really sums up me a little bit. My gateway was an Gnosticism? That's possible. Yeah, that's... Let's talk about the movie The Holy Mountain. Holy Mountain is good.
Currency.
Holy Mountain is really good. I would love to do like a Holy Mountain watch along at some point. But, yeah. I love how Capricorns are like Mr. Scrooge. It's kind of adorable. Well, you had a point, though? I mean, like, I did have a point, and, like, it's fucking true. Like, if magic isn't real, why are you telling me not to do it? It's like magic is real, and you just don't want me to do it. What the fuck? Which, you know, that's a whole nother story. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a whole thing in and of itself. I'm gonna be like the fucking grandpa from Dark School of like, finish my work, and like give my fucking grandson the grimoire. And be like, here are the familiar spirits and their names bound. You must complete this ritual. Finish the great work. My gateway was literally keywording Hermeticism from Assassin's Creed. I believe it. I believe it. But when that series was good, it was very, very strong. Very strong occult symbolism. I have a friend who I'm forcing into, who wants to get into spooky occult stuff, and I've literally, thrown the fact that it will allow them to write the sermons of Vivek tier quality writing. I usually feel meh about December, but I'm doing so well at work, so my endorphins are pumping. That's great. We love to see it. We love to see that kind of stuff. That's great. I was kind of disappointed that Assassin's Creed had no demons. It would be cooler if it was demons, let's be real. If it was like actually angels versus demons, that would be so cool. but it's not. It's just aliens, which is infinitely worse. If you have, for the writers in chat, if you have the option to choose aliens or demons, please choose demons, right? Because that's just so much more interesting. With the exception of, oh god, was it Asimov or who? Alright, chat. There's a sci-fi book where the aliens look like fantasy depictions of demons because, like, it was humanity's selective or collective unconscious, like, remembering them from the future. What the fuck was, who wrote that? Oh, man. I came from the Midnight Gospel pipeline. I was doing witchcraft before, but it felt like I was lacking something. Oh, Midnight Gospel's great. Midnight Gospel is fantastic. I will say, Midnight Gospel really ushered in a new wave of, like, serious occultists, and I don't know how it did it, but you know what? I am thankful to Damien Eccles for it, because his interview on that show was amazing. And, I'm just gonna say this, I watched Midnight Gospel with a group of occultists. Some, like, my friends primarily are occultists, just because that's how my life is. And that's who I was watching it with. And watching that with a group of people who do magic, when he draws and does the LBRP as a fishman, is the absolute craziest thing. Because you just stop to yourself and you think, what the hell? And it doesn't get any, it gets less, you know, it's just great. I love it. Childhood's End, Arthur C. Clarke. Yes, that's the one. That's the only acceptable time where you are allowed to do aliens, because it's both aliens and demons at the same time. I Divine Cybermancy? No, I Divine Cybermancy is different. I Divine Cybermancy is completely... Yeah. I'm Midnight Cybermancy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just reread that. Oh, man. I feel like the world needs more divinely inspired fiction again. I feel like we have kind of lost that in modern era, and it makes me a little bit sad. It makes me a little bit sad that we do not get to, that we do not get to have the divine. They pretend to be aliens, but they were actually demons, I think. I've never read or watched it. No. So they... If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like... They are aliens, but they look like demons because they're supposed to, like, help humanity ascend or something. So... And the reason why they had to, like, pretend to be gray aliens was because, if they had shown themselves, we would, like, oh god, they're fucking demons. Which was the exact opposite of what they were going for in the book. There.
Unique.
A seed, sacred.
Aren't the oldest demons from D&D actually aliens as they hopped from another universe altogether?
What's
watch out for spiders.
Good to
That is a good question. The answer is I don't know.
Farewell. Good to see you. It's a
I am genuinely not sure.
any chance you might be willing to join forces.
Surely aliens would have their own demons. I mean, they should. I mean, if they don't, it would be kind of weird.
Don't do anything.
Because, like, every culture has had their idea of, like, evil spirits, so... If for some very bizarre reason they don't, that's kind of strange, and I don't know how to feel about that. I wouldn't know how to feel about that. When divinely inspired ideas leave artists with a bit of imposter syndrome?
Poor Tolman.
They didn't in the past. They didn't in the past, so I don't know why they would now.
What now? So?
My gateway was Vedic astrology. My chart said I'd be good with occult things, so I was intrigued. Yeah, that'll do it. That will do it. Oh, man. You get the occult placement, and then it's like, what do you mean I'd be good at occultism? What the fuck's an occultism? And then you try it, and it's like, wow, this shit's pretty good. Am I just starting this? Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, once again, my gateway for practicing was Frederick Xavier.
To gather my will.
And to typecast myself a little bit more, for those of you wondering when I found Frederick Xavier's channel, it was like... It was before he posted the Mars video. I think it was when he posted the Mars video. I found it in like 2013, I think. Something like that.
Unique.
Trash.
Unique.
Triple trash. Cool.
Unique.
Vedic astrology is so wild. Remediating plants be like, only wear red for 2 weeks and never accept gifts from your aunt. Yeah, no, that literally is. That really is. That really is how Vedic astrology feels to people who don't understand it. Like, I'm one of those people. I don't understand Vedic astrology, and it's like, do you have a goat? You can sacrifice a calf if Saturn is being a problem, and it's like, what do you mean I can sacrifice a calf? What? That doesn't make any sense. That's just how it is. Like, this shit is fucking wild, man.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path. When one defiles the effigy, one defiles...
Yeah, I had a, I had a weird thing where I basically ended up, like, effectively being magically bloodlined into occultism and spirituality as well. So that's weird. I hate that, but yeah. I recently saw a green text. Oh boy. I recently saw a green text talking about evil cities, each example being its own special flavor of hell, and it makes me wonder on the effects of the veil being too thick on people. Oh, yeah, no. Like, you know, God said, like, Jesus says he'll come back, and when he comes back, he will come back with a famine. Not not of like food or water, but of the word of God. So basically there will be like a spiritual drought. And we're very much getting there, unfortunately. Fortunately, it seems like Apocalypse has been postponed, for better or worse. So Apocalypse has been postponed, which means that we're going to have significantly less issues. But also, I mean, my grandma used to do divination through coffee mugs. I mean, I think everyone's grandma secretly did divination. That's why you don't fuck with grandmas, because grandmas know divinations. They can get their eye on you.
I must have time to gather my
Yeah, but it often seems more focused in cities. It is. It is. Straight up. Like, cities are much worse places. It really just is kind of how that is, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't, but it do be like that.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor
I'm not saying that there is like a spiritual precedent for country life being more wholesome, but there is. There just is.
violence is
It's just one of those things. For some reason, cities bring out the worst in people. Seems to be the recurring theme.
wisdom is the offspring of suffering and time.
It was really intriguing watching her flip the copy upside down and reading the copy trail somehow. I believe it. Do you believe the Orphic hymns are good because of tradition or other aspects, or any good poetry could be enough to invoke/evoke spirits as such? I think it's both. I'm really happy because I was looking away and I just saw a giant explosion. I didn't know what that was, and I don't want to know what that was. So yeah. Yeah, no, I think that it's a little bit column A, but a little bit column B. I think that the Enochian... Sorry, the Orphic hymns... I was talking about Enochian earlier. Off the stream, I was talking about Enochians. But... yeah, no, I think that what it is that the Orphic hymns just have the tradition behind them. I think that's why they're so good. There. Alright, I'm just gonna give you all a warning. When this labyrinth is done, we're gonna be calling it here, I think. I think we'll call it here after this labyrinth is done. Oh god, what's going on? So is the rapture around the corner or something? No. No, there is a hanged man's paradox about God coming, or about Jesus coming back in the rapture. Don't worry about it.
I must have time to gather my will.
Alright, unironically, and this is gonna sound incredibly insane, you know what had a really good episode based on the rapture? American Dad. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Can afford to be
It is just
an emperor
the main character from American Dad is not carried up in the rapture. Jesus comes back to fight the Antichrist. And Stan action movie heroes with Jesus to go kill the Antichrist because
Unique.
he has kidnapped his wife.
Unique.
There's your unexpected recommendation of the day.
Unique.
Oh wait, is this the
Unique.
trash? Frederick Xavier gives wise dad vibes. Oh yeah, he does. I love Frederick Xavier. Frederick Xavier's great. Frederick Xavier is absolutely fantastic. How's the Doomsday postponed, though? Don't fully get it. I mean, the Doomsday hasn't happened. And Doomsday apparently should have already happened, but it just never seems to happen. There's just... We just don't get one. We just don't get it. The wholesome masculine urge to fight evil and to protect those you love. That's literally the episode. Like, that is literally... It's a two-parter, too, if I remember right. And it's absolutely fantastic. So, yeah. I had a prophetic vision about a flood and a new method to evoke angels. Hello, Enoch. How are you doing? I don't know what any of it meant. I mean, you could try the angelic evocation method, see if it works. But yeah. Does anyone have any final questions as we wrap up the stream here? The last stream of the year. Last stream of the year. That's weird. That's weird. I've been doing this since what? I've been doing streams since what? June? June, I feel like? Yeah, it feels like June-ish. Oh. Question. I have a ton of affinity for Saturnian energies, but I don't feel like going to hell. What to do? Saturnian entities have contacted me before learning magic and they work faster. Invoke Saturn on a Saturday and ask him what's going on here. Saturnian energy is usually very efficient, but it makes you work. Rate the year 1 to 69,420. Ah, man, I think I gotta give that one a 426.9 out of 69,420. Yeah. Speaking of angels, I recalled the angel name I got in a dream. Hopefully you wrote it down. Hope you wrote it down. The angel name I got apparently has only been mentioned once inside of a pentacle in the Greater Keep of Solomon. Besides that, it's been used in a fictional novel and took a life of its own. Not sure what to make of that. Any clues? Use the pentacle of Solomon and call up the angel. That's what I would make of it. Yeah. Saturnian entities do not send you to hell, Sage. Saturnian entities are just an absolute nightmare to work with if you're not ready for them, because they impose order, but they do it in the most strict and straightforward way possible. So, yeah. Yeah. Alright. I am going to sign off, and I will see y'all next year. I don't know what I'm doing with streams next year. I might cut down the amount of occult streams, because I do want to... I'll figure something out. I'll let everyone know what I'm doing beforehand. But this is definitely, positively, the last stream of the year. This is the last stream of the year. And so I want to just take a moment and say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Hope everyone has a good rest of their year. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their year. And let's just remember that next year will be better. It will be better. It has no choice. We are forcing positivity into our lives next year. And for those of you wondering, I'll do that thing I usually do. If I'm not streaming, I'll pop in to the Discord. Link should be in the description for the Discord. I usually pop into the Discord. I'm like, I'll pop in. A goofy question: is it possible to pray so much one accidentally starts an Obermelon? No, you have to intentionally do that. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll not see you on stream next week, but I will see you hopefully on the Discord next week. So, take it easy. Have a good rest of your year. Hope everyone is having a good day. And if you're not having a good day, hope your day gets better. And if you're watching the VOD, hope watching the VOD made your day a little bit better. Take it easy. Take care. Happy holidays. And to a better new year.